Okay, welcome back again to some thingy-majingy, some Napoleon Total War action. It's going to be on the Spanish Lakeside map, I believe. Get over to the game right now. So hopefully it should actually be, yeah, I should have done a test recording first to make sure it would capture the game screen, but hopefully it should be capturing it, otherwise you're going to be seeing a black screen with my cam in the bottom left there, but we'll see what happens. So Spanish Lakeside 2v2, and we'll just fast forward. Actually, you probably should check to see what the hotkeys are for that as well, actually. Yeah, apparently, yeah, this is as much as the camera can zoom out, and yeah, it is pretty zoomed out, but as you can see, it's a pretty big battlefield, so there is a way to get it to zoom out even further, but I didn't apply it and I forgot where I saw the information, so of course I'm going to have to look it up again. But in any case, fast forwarding, can't see the enemy's perspective apparently, but in any case, what we got here is France, which is, I believe, myself. Interesting in the replays, I don't really, actually, let me just check something. Okay, let's just get back to play. Let's see, game pause, game menu, resume battle, options, quit battle, that's it. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be any actual replay options, so unfortunately you're not going to see the chat text, and yeah, there was a fair bit, at least between me and my ally, and presumably between our opponents as well. You're not even going to see which player is controlling what. I only know that France is controlled by myself there from memory. Huh, interesting, and my ally is going to be playing as Prussia. Moving in one big old blob right there, so actually the frame rate's not holding up too badly given that I'm recording at the same time. And our opponents are going to be the British and the Austrians. So Austria, I don't know, I've had a brief look at them and they don't seem to be too noteworthy compared to the other factions in Napoleon Total War, well, especially compared to France and Britain. But yeah, what the hell, man, they can still hold their own, I'm pretty sure. They should be able to anyway. And yeah, the British, of course, can hold their own. Of course, I'm playing as France, why not? And yeah, you can see a pretty damn big battlefield, actually. So, and yeah, the Prussian player getting a couple of lances into the fray as well. So the rules that appear to be standard for this game are, what is it, 2 light infantry max and no artillery. So 2 light infantry squads max and no artillery. At least that's what I've been told by a few people now, and yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to be going with. Yeah, pretty much for every single match really, except for the very next one where we're going to be seeing one single artillery piece for each player, and you can only have like the cheapest artillery piece as well, so they don't really make that much of a difference, but it's a nice touch. Because, you know, artillery is pretty damn important. Especially in the Napoleonic era. Napoleon was a big fan of artillery, so it's rather bizarre actually. The default rules are with new artillery, because apparently they're overpowered, which is just a fucking dandy. So there we go, got a whole bunch of these guys running around, a couple of horses running around as well, some general staff and all that just running around slowly but surely. I think we'll fast forward just a little bit. Battle lines are forming. What do we have? We've got the German Grenadiers. I've been told that these guys kind of suck, but who knows? Maybe this Austrian player will, what is it, show them of good account, or however the hell they described it in the 19th century. Oh, speaking of which, starting to fire actually. No, they'll give a good account of themselves. That's it. That's what I meant to say. We'll see. The Jaegers are coming in, so these are light infantry for Austria. That's also Austria. Wait a minute. Austria and... what was the other player? Oh, that was... what's myself? France. Where the hell... the other guy... oh no, the other guy's a British player, of course. Yeah, this camera perspective just feels a bit weird. The way they do it, to be honest. Very weird indeed. It just... yeah. Yeah, whatever, we've got a bit of camera clipping through the terrain there. In any case, yeah, the battle lines have indeed been drawn. Something's firing at something. Where the fuck are these guys firing at? I don't know, and I can't even click on them to see their damn ranges, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. What can you do? Prussian, Sulikis and Schutzens are exchanging a bit of fire as well, although I think these are meant to be light infantry, given how they're spread out. So yeah, both light infantry squads at the front. A little bit too close to the Fusiliers, which are just line infantry. But yeah, they're not really firing at them too much anyway, but yet Austria is going to be sending up their forces. France, myself, is just going to be sending pretty much everything here. Got 2 squads of lancers by Prussia, and we've got some militia by myself, presumably to be sent here as well. And not only that, I'm also going to send in my chasseurs à cheval, carabiners, and Polish guard lancers as well. They're a bit like BMPs in Wargame Red Dragon, I suppose you can say. Polish space BMPs. We've also got militia and Polish Legion here on the side. Not that there's really much point to that, because the only thing that's opposing them is the 1 squad of British light dragoons. And yeah, just go over to where the main battle is happening, perhaps. This camera was just very strange how it works, because yeah, you can't just, yeah, you do it like that. Rather, you can rotate it, so it actually, you know, looks up like that.
Our general is under attack.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, you can rotate it so it looks up like that, so yeah, it looks correct sort of on the minimap. But then if you click somewhere, then it just defaults back to looking down like that. It just feels very awkward. The camera, probably one of the weakest elements of the game, but oh well, what can you do? Let's just enjoy this bit of combat that's happening here. My guys are in a god-awful formation. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking with them, but there you go. Got a whole bunch of horses coming in. The Chevaliers going to be coming up against my Swiss foot and my old guard, which for some reason are not forming into squares. But we managed to drive them back anyway. Lose a couple of guys. Nothing really too much to worry about. I don't even know why. I think these guys are actually routing. It looks like they are. Yeah, not really sure why they even came up. Maybe just to probe the position. I don't know. We've got general staff also coming in for the Austrian player. Probably just going to strengthen his men's resolve there, as well as yeah, a couple of lancers coming in from Prussia. French, Polish guard lancers also coming, as well as chasseurs à chevals, carabiners. Yeah, these lancers in general are pretty nasty versus mounted units, providing that they're on the charge, of course. They're pretty bad in terms of actually enduring during battles. Wow, these guys are just walking straight out past each other. And anyway, yeah, they're pretty good at enduring past... no, they're really horrible, sorry, at enduring in protracted battles, but yeah, they're great on the charge, especially against things like mounted troops and all that. But what can you do? In any case, got my militias going into the fight against the Fusiliers. Why not? I believe my general should be around somewhere as well, hopefully. Yep, right there. Probably could send him a little bit further forward, just so these militia do not rout as quickly as that. In fact, my old guard retreating, and yeah, leaving the chasseurs to take pot shots at these guys. Very nicely done. Too bad we got 3 squads of sections, whatever. 3 blobs of French cavalry coming in, going to be very nasty indeed. Even got my old guard actually streaming ahead just to try to get these Fusiliers to rout that much more quickly. Have to be careful though, I definitely do not want to be caught out by the French cavalry, and that appears to be exactly what's happening actually. Speaking of which, yeah, these 2 guys really should have been brought back much earlier than well, much earlier, but oh well, what can you do? Well, they will be brought back eventually, but yeah, not for a while, so we'll see how that works out. Oh no, wait a minute, no, France, that's actually me, whoops. God. God, well that was a... I don't know what the hell I was thinking of that, but anyway. Whoopsie long. Whoopsie long indeed. Yeah, well, got the militia taking loads of shots. In fact, I think my own guys will be shooting them in the back even. Too bad I can't get these guys to kneel down or something. But that's too much to ask for. In fact, actually, what yeah, back they go. In fact, what I could have actually done is maybe just got them to I don't know, just form up like that, or I don't know, maybe just charge forward even, just to keep the enemy distracted a bit. But oh well, can do old guard. Retreating in a pretty slow fashion actually, and continuing to take fire as well. The chasseurs fired them from behind. Yeah, this is a very inefficient way of using infantry in these little blobs like that. So, don't know what I was thinking. It looks like my ally, the Prussians, I've got a slightly better idea on what to do there. Apart from that though, not much happening. There's a couple of charges here and there actually, which I kind of should have been paying attention to as well. But as you can see, it's a pretty big battlefield to contend with. It looks like Hungarian Fusiliers are going to be routing. Prussian Lancers are just going to be moving about, flanking around here. Well, there's really much to flank anyway, but why not, eh? I mean, they're there, they might as well take care of these guys, so that these guys can just walk back. That really matters too much. Even got my own Dutch Guard Lancers there for some reason. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, spreading out my guys like this. I mean, the militia themselves are actually going to be kind of useless anyway versus the cavalry.
Our men are running, sir.
Where? Anyway, They're running somewhere. Anyway, they're going to be useless against cavalry because they can't form into a square formation. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell I was thinking of that. Maybe we should have just kept in... Well, actually, I don't know. I'm not really sure if I should have even kept anything there, to be honest. I don't think it was really worth it. But whatever. I mean, we got two... God damn it, fucking camera. Do we have the Prussian Lancers coming in, and there we go, we got a nice little charge as well coming in. Polish Guard Lancers coming in for myself, one squad of Polish Guard Lancers, one squad of Carabiners coming in, going to be smacking right into the Archduke Charles Legion. Is that what they were called? I think so, yes. Got the Crusaders also coming in, possibly for a counter charge. And are they going to be successful? Possibly. It depends on whether these guys are actually going to form into a line or not. Something which they might want to do at some point if they're going to stand a chance against the Cuirassiers, should I say. And here they come. Will my guys react to them? Let's have a look. Well, they're reacting to them, but they should be forming a frigging square. Whoopsie long. Well, thankfully though, these Cuirassiers are getting demoralized pretty handily and actually going to break, thank God. But yeah, these guys took way too much damage. That could have been easily avoided if I went to a square formation. Still learning, about micromanagement and all of that. What can you do? Still got a couple of cavalry squads here and there as well, and yeah, not much happening on this flank. We've got a whole concentration of British infantry, but they're not really doing too much. Okay, well, these light foot, I suppose, are advancing slowly but surely, but we've also got our own Silesian Schutzens advancing forward. Probably a bit too close, actually. They're meant to, well, given a little sniper icon on them, I'm assuming they're going to be light infantry. Not really sure why they're getting that close, but there you go. Very strange indeed. These guys also apparently running out of ammo. Guys running somewhere. My French chasseurs running somewhere, which kind of sucks. What can you do? And yeah, as you can see, hopefully my webcam is not covering too much of the little power bars at the bottom there, but apparently it's even. So there you go. Speaking of which, I don't think I've seen much in terms of these grenadiers. They've been firing. They certainly have been doing that. Fusiliers also charging in. The Guard Lancers should be able to take care of them. Although, wait a minute, no. Kind of hard to tell. I think these guys are getting into the square. Well, they were, but nope, they're going to be fleeing now, that's for sure. Interesting. I think I just got a notification about losing ammunition or something as well. Speaking of losing a bit, actually, these Lancer squads... Well, there's only one left, actually. Looks like the other one has fled. Light Dragoons. Interesting. I don't know why these guys would flee. Bizarre. Okay. Hardly bizarre. Well, I don't think these guys... Well, actually... Militia... Polish Legion. Alright, well... I suppose I could get them to form up into a square if need be, but yeah, still, it's probably not worth really holding on to that flank, to say the least. But oh well. See what I'll do about that later on. Will our opponents exploit it? Will our opponents exploit it? We'll just have to wait and see what happens. British light foot guys continue to come in. So these are the light foot. Ah, yeah, the light infantry, basically. And he is... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Light foot... Oh, wait a minute. If there's actual light infantry, he's actually... disobeying the server rules then, because he's actually got 3 squads of them rather than 2. Well, thankfully our own light infantry are in the fray and yeah, getting close enough to do a pretty good amount of damage, I suppose. Actually, charging in. If these guys are indeed just oh no, we do have light infantry, damn it. Well, yeah, these guys do appear to be light infantry. To see anything in here. Yeah, I think they are actually using that light infantry behaviour even. So yeah, definitely disobeying the server rules there. I didn't notice when I was playing. But there we go, I know now. Got a whole bunch of cuirassiers coming in from Austria as well. What are these guys? All Lancer, they got. These basically are just another type of Lancer cavalry. Really, really nasty to deal with. And yeah, as you can see, inflicting quite a bit of damage. Just plenty happening all over the place, really. Also got my chasseurs, chevals with the basically dismounted riflemen, really. Doing a bit of damage, managing to rout one of these guys. Actually, these guys would be really effective if I can harass these guys as much as possible. And the cuirassiers are going to charge straight into my militia line. And,
one of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Huzzah. So anyway, they're going to charge straight into my line. Not much of a charge, actually. They could have been doing a bit more damage, but yeah. There we go, finally get these guys to charge in, but yeah, it's they don't stand too much of a chance, basically. I don't even know why I bothered with them there, actually. And we even got light dragoons, 2 squads of light dragoons coming in as well, so yeah. Not gonna work out too well, Sonny Jim. Not too well at all.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Have they now? It's good to know. Damn, good to know. Yeah, it's... As you can see... Actually, wait a minute. Oh no, that's actually from our perspective. So apparently our power bar is showing us in favour, despite the fact that we're losing a few guys here and there in dribs and drabs. Oh, actually, that's interesting. Actually got some Chasseurs et Chevals coming in to do a bit of damage. They definitely could do with a bit of help though, and here we go. The General Staff coming in as well, actually, as well as the Dutch Guard Lancers. So that should definitely help out quite a bit. Yep, one of the squads is routing. Hopefully the other squad is as well. So this is actually a pretty damn good victory. If I can rout this second squad of light dragoons, that would be incredible. And with the General Staff also in, that should pretty much assure victory, really. And apparently got some notification about some random crap happening. Whatever. But when it comes to the actual slugging matches between the infantry, though, we could be doing a bit better. In fact, these foot guards, I don't know, he could be positioning a bit further up or something, maybe a little bit... Actually, I wonder if they can actually go up this hill. Looks a bit like rough terrain. I don't know if they can actually do that, but I don't know, these guys are a little bit too far behind to really do anything. Sending them up at least a little bit further up, at the very least so they can, you know, get into combat much more quickly if need be, would probably have been a much better idea, but what can you do? Prussians managing to hold the line on...
Our men are running, sir!
What is this? I suppose this is the middle, basically. We'll just call it basically the middle of the map there. I suppose that'll be the eastern flank, the western flank there. And holding, but only just. These guys actually need to retreat even. In fact, Swiss fort. Here we go, light infantry. So I'm assuming these are the guys that ran out of ammunition, given that they're not firing. Either that or they don't want to fire through these guys. Yeah, these guys, they need to retreat before they rout. Obviously, these guys need to get out of square formation. Actually, getting them to charge the grenadiers would be a nice touch now that I think of it. These guys, haven't really seen them do anything too notable, but they seem to be holding their own against the musketeers of Prussia, and there's 2 squads of them. They don't come, sorry, they don't come in very high numbers, but yeah, they can do quite a bit of damage. These guys, yeah, they're just doing nothing. They really should have just charged in, really, against the grenadiers. They do get a decent, the old guard that is, I believe they do get a decent charge bonus, and they also get that scarifying effect as well. Finally got game to charge in, and there we go. We'll, wow, that's loud. We'll get them to, yeah, just, well, okay, so much of that, I can't really see what's happening there, so, just trying to show off, you know, fancy melee battle there, but doesn't look like that's actually happening. Speaking of which, cavalry and the general staff also starting to, well, this guy's starting to run. This guy's should be getting the hell out of there. I don't know what the hell's thinking there. General staff is not meant to be used like a regular cavalry unit. That much is certain. And again, we've got ourselves basically not using the square formation at appropriate... I shouldn't, never mind. No, we didn't really have to use a square formation because these guys are both line infantry. Fusiliers versus musketeers, I don't know who actually is going to win, but we've got a heroic death, I think, for my general squad. Whoopsie long. Lightman 101, yep, indeed. And yeah, generally that's an incredibly bad thing. I think it actually... Oh, well, you can't reopen it back again, but I'm pretty sure that actually has a very harsh morale penalty, and I think it's actually applied globally to your troops as well, not just to ones that are near him. I'm pretty sure it's global, although I have to check on that, to be honest. Still pretty new at the game and all that. And yeah, now things are starting to swing.
Our men are running, sir.
It's definitely starting to swing to our opponents a bit. Our old guard, my old guard actually, are not doing that well against the grenadiers, to say the least. Come on, man, these guys are meant to be the elite of the elite. French infantry, for God's sake. They finally get them to rout. But anyway, meant to be the elite of the elite, and yeah, I mean, they have that fear effect on enemy infantry as well, which, as far as I know, is meant to be unique. But yeah, well, whatever. 47th Czech Regiment. Checkmate, perhaps. We'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. Foot Guards of Prussia versus Czech Regiment, and the Fusiliers. And the Grenadiers coming in. Yeah, these guys probably don't stand too much of a chance. We'll see what happens though. These guys, what direction are they meant to be facing? Why are they shooting, for God's sake? Oh, it's probably because they're still forming up their line, maybe. I'm assuming it is, but yeah, now they're retreating in force, and yeah, that's generally not a good sign, to say the least. Don't know why I said that a bit differently, but anyway, yeah, not a good sign at all. This general staff actually could have done a lot of help in, you know, being a little bit closer to the front and stopping units from routing. His own units from routing. Anyway, I don't think you can actually do anything about allied units. Might be mistaken, but yeah, I don't think you can actually. We'll see what happens though. These musketeers setting up a nice little flank defense here, and yeah, we actually got the Hungarian Grenadiers starting to retreat though. Our own foot guards are still caught in the fray, and as you can see, the majority of my own stuff is very much dead and buried. The only two guys I really have left are back here for France, and we still got the okay, so we've got light infantry here as well. Okay, I must have put them there because they're out of ammo, so they're basically there for, I don't know, to get slaughtered really, I suppose. Good as planned as any, why not? Major General Picton. Oh, actually, got a general staff right here. These guys, yep. Very good setup by Prussia, actually, getting a nice little encirclements going on there. Could be, okay, no, never mind, yeah, he's moving him along, actually. Could be getting these guys to reposition like that, but nope, instead is going to be getting him into a block formation for no particular reason. He should be getting him into line and position, formation. Indeed, line formation here. Shut up. Anyway, yeah, that could be getting into line formation here, just to help out a bit. That wouldn't hurt too much at all. But no, he's actually just going to be charging across from here. Oh, okay, now I see. He wants to reinforce his musketeer line here. Well, why not? It doesn't sound like such a bad idea, but definitely have got a bit to face off against, that's for sure. And not to mention, they basically have left nothing on this flank here. Just 8th Life Regiment, which I believe is one of the elite squads. Nah, they're not going to be able to do too much there, which kind of sucks. But what can you do? Do still have the general staff for Prussia, and it's not really doing too much. In fact, yeah, I don't think he's actually used any of his general's abilities at all. I haven't really seen opponents use their general's abilities at all either, and you might also use them. I mean, they're free. They come with the generals, so I mean, you only get like 2 of each ability, but 2 uses of each ability, but still, it's not too shabby. Oh, well, what can you do? At least these guys are forming into a nice little square formation, and yeah, the Dragoons are out of there. Very, very nicely done actually. All 3 of them actually forming into a square formation. Probably a bit of an extreme reaction, but what the hell, did take care of them. And yeah, Prussia very quickly reforming them back into the lines. They could be fitting out the, or rather stretching out the lines a little bit further actually, just so it doesn't have a 3rd rank to worry about. But whatever, it's not too bad. Definitely has pretty much as many guys as possible firing. Now back to a good old slugging match, but you have to keep in mind, of course, the fact that this flank is completely unsecure. We're starting to run out of reserves to call up upon, and yeah, Britain is still going pretty strong. In fact, it looks like it's just a Britain and yeah, just a Britain versus Prussia. And myself, France, coming in as well, actually. It doesn't seem to be any Austrians or anything like that. The meaning, from what I can see, they all seem to have actually been wiped out. I need to think, eh? Just different distraction, and destruction everywhere. And yeah, these guys finally are coming back in. The infantry legiers, which I believe are light infantry. So they're just going to sit back and relax, because why not? Also, these foot guards are going to be retreating as well, hopefully. Oh no, actually no, these guys don't have an ammunition on them, for God's sake. That's going to be really annoying. Actually, in that case, what I should have done, if I was just going to use them into melee, of course, would have been to get them to run through the forest, because I'm pretty sure, you know, that this does obstruct line of fire to an extent. So get them to run through there and then just charge in rather than run over open terrain, but instead they're just going to be standing here and not firing anything at all. So too bad you can't get them to replenish in the middle of battle or anything like that. But these foot guards are going to be retreating, so that's something, I suppose. But yeah, the tide is definitely starting to swing towards us. Oh, that's why he's retreating them, to get them to meet this threat here. Oh, actually, in either case, he should have got them to stop much earlier on, and yeah, just charging like this, they're going to get torn to shreds. I mean, they would have got torn to shreds anyway against, you know, 3 squads of line infantry, but although these guards are not actually guards. Well, one of them's guards, I think. Yeah, King's German Legion forts. Okay, never mind, they're not guards. Well, these guys, I mean, they could have just charged it anyway, just to break these guys apart, but no, they're not going to do that. Interesting strategy. So we'll see how that works out. Prussia coming in with their own general staff, and he's actually got him promoted up a bit. He might have a chance if he can make maximum use of his general. If he uses his rally ability as well as maybe the inspire ability, he might have a chance. We'll see what happens though. He is still fighting. So am I France and Leguers, but man, I'm not even getting him to melee. In fact, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with them actually. They're just standing there getting shot to pieces. I suppose they're distracting... oh, there we go. Finally, these guys are coming back. They're distracting these other British forces while Prussians get torn up in the, I suppose that'd be the eastern flank there of the middle. Speaking of which, I believe the General Staff... Oh no, the General Staff is still kicking. So yeah, despite his help, I didn't actually see him use his general's abilities either, but despite his help, just wasn't enough. They just have way too much crap here, and yeah, now it's basically going to... yeah, things are basically going to snowball into a victory for our opponents most likely, unless if we can pull out a miracle, and no, we're not going to be able to do that. Strange enough. Let's just fast forward a bit actually, because you can probably tell what's going to happen. The General Staff deciding to retreat. Oh, actually, thinly spread out guys, and they're reloading as well. Not bad, actually. Let's just keep playing that. This is going to be a... well, it's going to be an interesting last stand, I suppose you could say. Let's see how this general squad will do. Although, actually, we do have these guys to worry about too. Nope, they're retreating as well. They're just all caught up in retreating all at the same time. Now it's basically down to the Prussian general staff, and nope, they are out of there. We've got units retreating everywhere. Total massacre, dead bodies all over the place. No blood, strangely enough. It's a strangely... Indeed. A strangely bloodless battle, actually. I think it might be the fact that they were trying to go for a PG rating. I suppose they achieved it, but... well, there we go. I mean, yeah, could have done worse, I suppose. Definitely quite a lesson, to say the least. So I shall see you all in the next video.